So, the Le Havre board want me to fight bravely against relegation this season, and I want you to subscribe to the channel in order to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And also, don't forget to leave a like on the video as well. Let's keep the channel growing. Without any further delay then, let's jump into the summer transfer window as we prepare for life in Ligue 1. Following our league title win, we kick things off by tying talented youngster Abdullah Bar down to a new 2-year contract. Isaac Toure won Players Player of the Season, while 7 of our players made it into Team of the Season. Jamal Thierry walked home with a golden boot, while Yahir Fofana claimed Goalkeeper of the Season. And finally, long-time serving attacking midfielder Alexandre Bonnet decided to hang up his boots. One of the first things I wanted to do this window was to turn left-back Ismail Bora's loan from Lens into a permanent move, which is exactly what we did. Amir Richardson was finally loaned out, and striker Papa Bar was also sold for £325,000. Our first new recruit going into the new season was Barcelona attacking midfielder Kais Ruiz Atil, who was signed for around £1.7 million. The fixture list was kind enough to give us PSG and Monaco away from home for the start of the season in what I can only assume was a bold attempt to relegate us. And in a very strange turn of events, Manchester United came in for our number 2 goalkeeper Mathieu Gorglin for £350,000, which of course we accepted. Next in through the door then was Sporting Lisbon defensive midfielder Idrissa Doumbia, who we managed to snap up for around £475,000. Following the pre-arranged transfer of Fofana to Angers and of course Gorglin's sale to Manchester United, we turned to experienced Serbian goalkeeper Predrag Rajkovic to be our new number 1 for the new season. Another midfielder was needed to add some more depth, so we turned to Abu Bar from FC Nantes, so we managed to bring him into the club for around £450,000. Prince Desire Guano was then brought in from Guingamp as I felt we needed some more centre-back cover, and he came in for a bargain fee of £650,000. We rounded off the window with some rather bad news as star striker Jean-Kevin Augustin informed me that he was not interested in signing a new contract with us. So as you can see, the boys are ready to go, and now we've got to go away to Monaco and PSG and try and get something. It's going to be a very long season. So life in Ligue 1 got off to the worst possible start with our new signing Idrissa Doumbia deciding to give away a penalty within the first 6 minutes against Monaco. However, another one of our summer recruits, Predrag Rajkovic, made himself the hero with this brilliant save to deny Ben Yedder. However, that joy was short-lived as Diop ran into the penalty area again and this time found the bottom corner. It was at this point I realised we were way in over our heads and decided to make some tactical tweaks, and it actually worked as Harrison Ashby got himself down the right-hand side, found Kevin Augustin who did brilliantly to keep the ball in, and Hamid Abdelli found the back of the net to draw us level. That unfortunately did not last very long though, as Monaco retook the lead through Russian midfielder Alexander Golovin before going absolutely ham in the second half, with Sam Ben Yedder scoring twice before Myron Boadou came off the bench to bag Monaco's 5th and wrap up a 5-2 victory for the hosts. With PSG away up next, I decided to go 5 at the back and had to draft in inexperienced left-back Mamel Lasme from the second team, and let's face it, he looked absolutely terrified. And let's face it, he had every right to be, with Neymar and co running absolutely riot against us, tearing us apart, with Neymar scoring a hat-trick in what was a very decisive 4-0 win for the Parisians. And a 1-0 home defeat to Lille saw us rock bottom of the table after just 3 games with 0 points. A rather nasty injury to Harrison Ashby meant we had to turn our attention to the transfer market, and we decided to bring in Brazilian right-back João Lucas on loan till the end of the season. Our first point of the season came away against RC Lens in a 0-0 draw before we hosted Clermont Foot, and despite falling behind to an early goal, Jean-Kevin Augustin opened his account to make it 1-1. However, just minutes later, the visitors retook their lead, and we had to wait until the 85th minute to get back into the game, Jamal Thierry winning us a penalty, which Nabil Alioui dispatched expertly. However, it did still leave us looking for our first win in our opening 5 games of the season. Deadline day was up next, and there was a rather unexpected sale with young defender Aruna Sagante moving to Crystal Palace for a fee of £2 million. With none of our strikers really hitting the ground running so far this season, I decided to turn my attention to the loan market and ended up bringing in Liam Delap on loan till the end of the season from Manchester City. We did not stop there though, as 22-year-old Senegalese striker Bamba Dieng was brought in on loan till the end of the season from fellow Ligue 1 side Marseille. And our new strike partnership linked up immediately in our next game against FC Nantes, with Liam Delap bagging 2 assists for Bamba Dieng to score twice on his Le Havre debut. We unfortunately couldn't hold on for all 3 points though, as Simon rescued a point for the home side with about 10 minutes to go. Another 2-2 draw, this time against Nice, followed with Bamba Dieng getting on the score sheet once again before we welcome Metz to our place, and João Lucas opened his account for the club with his absolute thunderbolt into the top corner. And just a few minutes later, Liam Delap was played in to dink the goalkeeper, open his account for the club, and more importantly secure our first victory of the season and our first win in 7 matches. Those 3 draws and first win have propelled us to 15th in the league table, and for the first time we were out of the relegation zone. Strasbourg away were up next, and Bamba Dieng and Liam Delap were continuing their absolutely fantastic strike partnership, with Dieng opening the scoring early into the first half before winning a penalty early in the second. Delap picked up the ball, converted the penalty with ease, and confirmed all 3 points with a 2-1 win, which meant we were currently on a run of 6 games unbeaten. Fellow promoted side Vasti were up next, and summer signing Kais Ruiz Atil scored this lovely goal to open his account for the club before Dieng and Delap linked up once again, with Delap running onto Dieng's through ball to double our lead. Dieng himself then decided to get in on the action by making it 3-0 before Kais Ruiz Atil added his second goal of the game to round off a spectacular 4-0 victory. A 2-1 away loss at Bordeaux followed thanks to a red card from João Lucas and this 86th minute winner. A long-term injury to our new centre-back Guano meant we had to go back to the loan market, and we decided to bring in Mohamedou Dembele on loan till the end of the season to give us a little bit more cover at centre-back. We then took on one of our biggest tests of the season since the opening 3 games as we hosted Lyon, and Bamba Dieng got us off to the perfect start just a couple minutes in with this lovely finish into the top corner. With 10 minutes to go and us looking to secure all 3 points, Jean-Kevin Augustin came off the bench to play in Liam Delap, who scored this delightful chip to double our lead. And despite Lyon clawing one back, Liam Delap was played in once again and was able to round the goalkeeper and secure what was almost certainly our most impressive victory of the season so far. A draw away at Rennes and wins against Troyes and Montpellier saw us 7th in the league table after 15 games. And it was at this point that we had to take a break in the season for the Qatar World Cup. Very annoying, I know. And it just so happens that our first game back after the World Cup is against title-chasing Marseille, and I thought that would be a perfect game to bring you as a live commentary. So let's get into it and see how we get on. Honestly, the 2022 World Cup, I don't know about you lot, I actually despise the Qatar World Cup in FM this year. It completely derails your season. For no real good reason either. But anyway, enough about that. We got Marseille at home. Obviously, one of the bigger teams that we last played at home was Lyon. We beat them rather comfortably. Marseille seems to be playing a back 5 against us. They're obviously terrified. Let's see if we can get another 3 points and another big scalp from one of the bigger teams in the league this year. I mean, Marseille, I think, are currently top of the league table as well, or at least there or thereabouts. So this is a real big test for us. It's been some really good possession for us. I can't believe, actually, as well, that Dieng, they're allowing Dieng to play against them. He's on loan from Marseille. Well, I'm not complaining. He's been such good form for us since joining the club. I definitely want him in the starting 11. As Delap's gone through, the goalkeeper's got nowhere near it, and Liam Delap, I think, has just given us the lead against Marseille. Unbelievable. Please give me this goal, VAR, I beg of you. There you have it. VAR has awarded the goal. We lead after 25 minutes at home against Marseille, who are second in the league going into this game. A draw would take them back to the top of the table above PSG. I don't know what their goalkeeper's doing, but Liam Delap, that man once again, giving us the lead. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, we are massive. Free kick in a decent position for us here. Bora standing over it. Don't think I've ever seen him score a goal for us before. I'll tell you what, that wasn't too far away, just over the crossbar. All right, half-time. Decent start, 1-0 up. I've just seen as well, a win here would take us up to 7th in the table, which, I'll be honest with you, that's not something I would have expected, given our start to the season. In our first 5 games, and yet here we are, possibly chasing European spots, as we are an hour in. And I say there's not been a load of highlights to speak of. We have a little bit more possession now with Abu. Delap, lovely little flick into Ruiz Atal. And I tell you what, he's been hacked down there by Guendouzi. That's disgusting. Get him off the pitch. There you go. It is a red card for Matteo Guendouzi. He is off. Marseille down to 10 men. They're still sticking with this 5 at the back and this defensive midfielder. Very negative approach from Marseille, it has to be said. Tell you what, 15 minutes to go. Dieng is actually not playing that well. I'm going to get Thierry on. Augustin is currently out injured, so he's actually not available for selection in this one. But Thierry off the bench, just that extra pace up top in these last 10 minutes. Could prove vital. But I tell you what, there's been no highlights to speak of. It looks like we're going to go all the way through, hopefully, to secure a 1-0 win. Marseille are offering absolutely nothing. They've still not really changed their shape. There's 4 minutes of injury time. I think it's nearly over. The referee's going to blow his whistle any minute now. And just like that, viewers, we have secured a 1-0 win at home against Marseille. That, I'll tell you what, the Lyon game was good, but Marseille are challenging for the league this year. That's an absolutely huge 3 points for us. 5 games unbeaten as well. Tell you what, if I don't get manager of the, if we manage to finish in the top 7 and I don't get manager of the season this year, then the whole thing's clearly rigged. Anyway, a few more games to round off the episode, so let's jump back into the action and see how we get on in the next few games in the season. Following a rather quiet game in that win against Marseille, Bamba Dieng returned to the starting lineup in fine form, scoring a hat-trick in a 4-1 win against Saint-Etienne. And our overall good form in the new year continued into the French Cup with a 2-0 win against Amiens before we returned to league action, beating Toulouse away from home by 1-0 thanks to Liam Delap. And that result saw us stretch our run of wins to 5 games in a row, and even saw us propel even further up to the league table to the dizzying heights of 5th. I don't know about you viewers, but I certainly did not expect us to be this high up in the table at this point in the season. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you as always for watching, and a reminder, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video as well. Just so you're aware, I will be on holiday next week, so that unfortunately means no upload, but obviously once I'm back, we'll return to our usual weekly schedule. And as always, if the next video is uploaded by the time you're watching this, I'll make sure to include it on the end screen, but in the meantime, why not check out one of these other videos that's on the channel. Thank you very much again for watching. I've been Breezy, and as always, au revoir.